Welcome to the Positive Pants Podcast. Mindset, motivation, and inspiration to help you find your positive pants. Let go of negative thinking and stop living for the weekend. With your host, Fran Excel.
So welcome to the show. As always, it's Fran Excel Mindset Coach, helping you find your very own pair of positive pants so you can get out of your own way and live a life that you love. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm very grateful you've chosen to put me in your earbuds today. Please do hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything, and do leave me a review. I love reading them, and it really helps me get found by other people who need to hear what I share. I'd also love you to email me your mindset and productivity questions or topics you'd love me to cover to hello@franexcel.com, because I know a lot of you think I'm inside your heads because you tell me all the time. But if I don't know what you need, I can't give it to you. So let me know. So have you ever had those moments where you are in a mood, or you're feeling tired, but you need to get stuff done? Or you just want to find your mojo and snap out of it so you can get on with your day? I thought so. It happens to all of us at some point, right? So the trouble is, most of us aren't aware of how much control we actually have over our own emotions and our own states. So it's really easy to see how people can get a bit stuck. Now, I've covered something similar to this before about how to get out of a bad mood fast. But this one I've decided to kind of redo and add some extra oomph to it, because it's something that comes up a lot, especially for clients in the mastermind. It's like how to snap yourself out of that mood that you're in. And I get it. I get why it's so easy to forget these basic things that we have at our disposal. So hopefully this will be helpful for you. Now, one of the presuppositions of NLP is there is no such thing as an unresourceful person, just unresourceful states. So you have all the resources you need. You just need to learn to access them and actually use them, and not simply just accept things for, the way it is. So when you're in a negative place, or you're feeling tired and low energy, or just like you've kind of lost your mojo, you just can't get back into the swing of things, how does it affect your ability to do things? How productive are you? And how hard does it feel to get fairly simple, basic things done? So wouldn't it be great if you knew how you could quickly change your state so you can just get on? Wouldn't it be delightful to know you have that level of control over the way you feel, physiologically and emotionally, to be more productive, happier, in flow, have more energy when you need it and want it, and know that you can actually be proactive about it? Oh, yes, it is all possible. Exciting times. So there are resourceful states and unresourceful states, of course. And when you have to have a task to tackle, think about what state you'd actually want or need to be in to be able to do it. Do you need to be calm, positive, confident, full of energy? What is it that you need in that moment? So to start with, there are kind of the three key states of being. So your physical, your mental, and your emotional state. There are technically four. The fourth is spiritual, but that is an entire episode all in itself. So for now, I'm going to focus on the core three. And the great thing is, if you change one, you change all of them. So, for example, if you change your physical state, it will affect your emotional and mental state too. Cool, right? So changing your physical state is the quickest and the easiest way to create a change in whatever state you're in. Yeah. So another of the presuppositions of NLP to be aware of when we're talking about this is the mind and the body are a linked system. So what that means is if you're physically feeling a certain way, it will affect your state of mind, and vice versa. So posture is a really good way to show this. So when you are feeling down and a little bit low, what does your posture do? And how does it make you feel? Are you slumped over and you hunched at the back of your chair? How you look and how you are physiologically tends to be how you're feeling on the inside. And so on the flip side, when you're happy or having fun, what does your posture do? And how does it make you feel? So the thing is these aren't just internal things. It's what the world sees of you and what you put out there. So it really can directly affect, how you are with other people and how they are with you. So what kind of people are you normally drawn to and away from based on their body language? Do you instinctively know how their day is going just by looking at them? Yeah, that. So noticing these simple physiological changes, you can make art a really, really nice little way to learn to trick your mind into believing you feel a different way, so it then follows suit. So while I was starting my transformation from Eeyore on a bad day to who you see now, if I found myself feeling negative and down or stuck in a spiral of negative thoughts, which would be frequent, by the way, in the beginning, I would just smile. I'd look like an idiot, but I would literally just smile. So I'd be sitting in the car like this and then go, now that sends all the signals to my brain, that I'm happy, and you feel an instant change, right? Even when you can hear while I'm talking if I'm smiling or I'm not. It's literally in everything. You cannot not communicate, another presupposition. So in the same way, when something emotional is going for you, it often manifests in physical symptoms in some way. Think stomach upsets when you're nervous, things like that. And as I'm always saying, awareness really is the first key to change. So catch yourself in those moments where you're not feeling your best and make the decision to do something about it. Know you can change it if you choose to. So what could you do to create a state change in practical terms? There are a ton of different ways, depending on the state that you want to create. Do you want to have more energy? Do you want to feel calm? Do you want to feel happier? So there's a few super freaking easy ways that you can do it. So easy. You have probably heard them a million times, ignored them, and still don't do them. And take a pen and paper and come up with some of your own too, because you'll have some of your own things that can change your state really quickly. You just won't necessarily remember it. And once you become aware of how much something can change your state, it's always there for you to access. So number one, move. Move, move, move. Any movement will have a massive effect in the shortest amount of time. So go for a walk, yoga, do a power pose, change your posture, get up and do some jumping jacks if you like. Dance, that's one of my favorites. And you can physically shake it off. You know when you see animals and they just had a little kerfuffle with each other or something, and then they just literally shake it off. Or Milo does this all the time. Like if he bumps into something, if he's gone a bit crazy and he bumps into something, he just has a little shake it off moment. We get to do that too. What can you do to just get yourself moving in some way? It doesn't need to be half an hour or whatever. It can be super quick. Next one, laugh. Do the smile trick that I mentioned. Speak to a friend who never fails to make you laugh. Look at a social media account that makes you smile. So for me, if you put autocorrect fails in front of me, like you're onto a winner. I was literally reading some the other day and I was crying with laughter. And then that becomes infectious, and then Tobes couldn't stop laughing either. And the other thing is the dodo, because of my obsession with animals. Every time, gets me every time. Next thing is get in nature. So this you can combine with the walking if you like, but there is a caveat here. I like to combine it with meditation if that's what I'm going to do, whether that's walking or sitting in nature. So putting on something inspirational or a podcast, because what you don't want to do is start walking and then just playing the same negative thought patterns over and over in your head. You've got to change the focus of your thoughts. And then, my friend, you are onto a double whammy winner of changing your state. The next one, as you will know, gratitude. This is a powerful emotional state change, and one that I use regularly. I start my day and end my day with gratitude. So I start my day with, I wake up and I think about what I'm grateful for, and I end my day by writing down things that I'm grateful for. And if anything throws me out of whack during the day, I ask myself, what am I grateful for right now? There's something to be grateful for, even in negative situations, if you look for it. That's the trick. So another thing you can do is use anchors and visualize. So take yourself back to a place where you felt the state you want to be in really strongly, and take a moment to vividly remember it. Remember what you smelled, what you saw, what you heard. Really visualize and imagine it as if you're there. Feel the emotions. So you can also get an NLP practitioner like moi to set an anchor up for you, where you have a physical way to access that state whenever you want. And I do this for my clients all the time, where you can set it on your fingers or a place that you would naturally touch, like at the back of your hand or whatever. And then you have a physical connection to that state whenever you want it. Ah, magical. Now, next one is music. So music is a great way to change your state. Genuinely, from, music can have an effect on how you learn, how you feel, whether you're tired, whether you're happy. I have a different playlist for different moods, and it works a treat. On the subject of music, belt out a song yourself. That's my number one go-to. If I'm having a little bit of a funky day, you bet your bottom dollar I'm singing some Disney. Yeah. Next one, random acts of kindness. Again, I do this every day, as I talk about a lot in my style of journaling for the non-diary type. So check out that episode if you haven't heard it. But doing something nice for someone else is a surefire way to make yourself and them feel awesome. No matter what mood you were in before, even something as simple as a hug can change your state really, really quickly. Or a high five, whatever it may be. And the last one I want to talk about quickly now is pay attention to what you're eating and drinking. This is a big one that is often overlooked. Your mood is so linked to what you eat and drink or don't. Have you had enough water? Do certain foods make you feel a certain way or zap your energy? Really have a look at that and then start to be aware of what helps and what hinders. So there's a company called Huel, Huel. And I'll put a link in the notes. But they market it's shakes, but it's all about being a well-rounded meal, getting all the nutrients that you could possibly need. But it's all about keeping your energy up when you're super busy. So that if I have that for breakfast and lunch, I'm onto a winner, and then I can have a lovely dinner and it's all good. It's not about losing weight. Real food is always better, always. Clean, healthy food, always better. However, not always practical. So that's where people can get stuck. So really have a look at these things and what can you do to make sure, because I was feeling every time I would have a proper meal at lunch, I would feel heavy. I would feel like I needed to nap. My productivity was just down the pan. So I knew that was something that really affected me. So I've done something about that. Now, there are a ton of other ways. Meditation, go for a massage, really use that relaxation, have a bubble bath, use breathing techniques, and so many more. There are a ton. So do you see what I mean by easy? It's so blooming easy, we forget to do it. It was really highlighted for me at the training I was in Frankfurt. I am amazed at how energized I was, considering the lack of sleep and immense brain power that I was having to use every day. And a few of these techniques were used throughout, and the energy in the room was always up there. It was so interesting to observe other people and myself. Trust me, as someone whose 8 hours per night are a non-negotiable, I thought I'd be on the floor after 5 days of 7 a.m. till 1 a.m. Oof. And genuinely, I felt full of energy, to the point that on the last night where we finished up at 9:30, we all went for a dinner and didn't finish up till 3. All of us thought we would be on the floor, but we were just full of energy. So you can access that whenever you want. Yeah. I hope this has made you think slightly differently about these kind of easy things that instinctively we do know will help us feel better. And I hope it makes you want to use them. But also the trick is to use them with awareness for the first few times. Be aware of the difference that they actually make in that moment. Yeah, do it consciously. And if you want to feel confident, powerful, full of energy, calm, any state, how could you use some of these to achieve that for yourself? We forget that we have these incredible tools right at our fingertips, literally, to change how we feel at any moment. It really is pretty magical, because I know how easy it is to overlook these things, but it genuinely makes a massive difference. So this is what I'm saying about do it consciously, because when you do it consciously, you then see that benefit. Whereas if you do it and you kind of don't pay attention, you haven't got that motivation to then do it. Yeah, because it's really easy to get stuck in a little slump. I nearly called it a flump. You can call it a flump. It's really easy to get stuck there. We like to wallow in it. Sometimes we like to feel a little bit sorry for ourselves, or, lacking energy and stuff like that. We kind of, oh, it's an excuse to watch Netflix or whatever. But when you want to, these things are there for you at your fingertips. So If you got value from this and you know in your gut that now is the time to step up and start rewiring your thinking and changing things for yourself, then book in a free discovery call so we can work out what needs to happen to get you from where you're at right now to the action-taking success you know you can be. And if you want my eyes and ears on your problems, I work with people one-on-one and through my Proactive Pants Mastermind. So stop waiting for if and when and decide to change things now, because you can. And as always, I hope that was helpful. So any questions, just let me know. And as always, I will see you next week. Bye.